Hello. Today is November 11th, 2024. It's a Monday. Here in the United States, we call it Veterans Day. This is a day that we honor and thank all of the veterans that have kept this country free. So think about it. Think about those people in Russia, in China, North Vietnam. They don't understand or know what it's like to be free. They can't talk about their government. They can't disagree with their government. They can't even take a poster off a wall. They're not free. They can't go where they please. They can't say what they please. They can't do what they please. They're all under the thumb of an oppressive government. We here in the United States are really lucky because our forefathers forged this country based on freedom. Now you can argue that you may not be as free as you think you are, but trust me, you are free. And the reason you are free is on the blood and backs of thousands and hundreds of thousands of veterans who have made sure and stood on a wall with a gun so that you don't have to. So if you're watching me here today on this video, be sure to thank a veteran. If you can go where you please, thank a veteran. If you can disagree with your government without worry of imprisonment, thank a veteran. It really is as simple as that. Those veterans wrote a check, a blank check, that included the possibility that for the government to cash it, they may not survive it. They wrote a check with their body and soul. They weren't forced. Our military is a 100% voluntary. Now, yes, there is a draft. But since Vietnam, has it been used? No. Because we, as a country, have people who are called to stand up and protect this country and this Constitution. That is their oath. They take an oath, not to a person, not to an entity. They take an oath to a piece of paper. A piece of paper with writing on it. They take an oath to defend and protect a piece of paper against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Can you think of anything like that? Anything else that is like that? That piece of paper ensures that we, the people, have a choice in our government, have a choice on what happens in our government. It's called an election. We just had one. And while you may not agree with who is elected, Trump, Harris, it doesn't matter. The fact that you had the ability to make a choice in who that person is and who the people who represent you in Congress are is because a veteran gave his life or her life to ensure that we continue to have that ability. So like I said, if you voted a few days ago, thank a veteran. If you go visit grandma 3 states away, thank a veteran. If you can talk about the fact that you aren't happy with the results of the election, thank a veteran. The fact that you can talk about things that you feel are not right within our government and how it's running, thank a veteran. The fact of the matter remains that today is not a day necessarily to honor the fallen. Today is a day to honor those that made a sacrifice. Those that made the sacrifice to stand on that wall, to protect a piece of paper. My husband was a veteran. I lost him recently, as many of you know. He's now buried in the Texas Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Killeen, Texas. They folded a flag. They gave it to me. That man knelt in front of me and said those words. My husband came from a family of veterans. His mother, his father, both of his brothers, all were military. He made that sacrifice. He was gone and was not with his family for 6 months out of a year. Every year. Half of the year gone without his family. To protect you and your freedoms and that piece of paper. Now, I'm not asking for anyone to say, thanks for my sacrifice. I came into his life after his Navy career. So I didn't really make that sacrifice, but his children did. His children made that sacrifice. And they missed their father. He was not there for the important times in their lives. Not really. He might make a couple of them, but he was out at sea protecting this country when there were certain things that happened within their lives that were important to them. And so they made a sacrifice. Now, today of all days, if you see a veteran out and about while you're doing your daily thing, they're pretty easy to spot. They usually have a hat that says retired Army or retired Navy or Coast Guard, Marines, Air Force. They're usually pretty proud of their service. And I don't blame them. They should be. Or if you see, they come into the grocery store in their combat boots and fatigues. So make sure when you see those veterans that you thank them. Thank them for their service because they gave it to you. They did it because they were proud of their country and are still proud of their country and their service. They don't hide. If anything, they say it loud and clear. See all the bumper stickers and the license plates and the ball caps and the jackets and all of those t-shirts and things like that say how proud they are to have served in our military. So we should be thankful for their sacrifice and their service. So please, today, if you see a veteran, stop and thank that veteran for their service. Thank that veteran's family for their sacrifice. I really hope today is a day for the veterans to have a great day. I hope for all the veterans out there, those in our community, those who are not in our community, just in general, that all you veterans have a great day. But I also want to thank every single one of you for your service to this country and that piece of paper. Thank you. And you have an awesome day.